Good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy Nerdicane here again. We're going with Darth Vader #3. We're starting to get into this fight with... Oh, I forget this guy's name. He's the... he took the oath of the Barash, which means he is not to have anything to do with the Jedi Order. He goes out and lives on his own, and he just focuses on fighting. Credit where credit's due. The colors, if you've read these, like 1, 2, and 3, the colors, the artistry, everything has been absolutely beautiful on this. Excuse me. And in one of the instances here, I'll point it out, just absolutely gorgeous sense of scale and color. I really wish, I know Disney wants to really knock people's socks off with these Star Wars comics, but I really kind of wish these artists, or this method, this attention would bleed into the regular Marvel comics, because right now Marvel Comics is just not up to the standard of this Star Wars comic. So, cut to a moon of Alderaan. Aldolim. Sorry. Alderaan. At this point, Alderaan is still around, but this is a different place, further out on the rim, if you know much about Star Wars lore. This dude, he's putting something together. He's here training with his droid who tries to beat him up all day. His droid basically plays the role of my wife's cat. My wife's cat will try to scratch me every once in a while. So this is his version of my cat. He's putting together 4 things called Padawan Traps. And as far as I know, this is new lore to Star Wars. I don't know what a Padawan Trap is. I've never really heard of it. I guess it's some big scrap metal contraption you got to put together with the Force. I don't know. Just seems like a puzzle. But he's putting a bunch of those together while his droid is trying to beat him up. So they have a fight. He senses Vader coming. And in a move like straight out of my playbook, he throws the Padawan Traps, which is basically just big hunks of metal. He throws it at Vader's ship and brings Vader's ship down with that. This is what I'm talking about with the art. Look how, just the dynamicness of Vader here. Look how gorgeous that is. And then you cut back here, the scale here. This guy in the foreground, Vader down at the bottom of that ravine. What is his name? His name... Master Infil'a. So, Master Infil'a at the top, Vader down at the bottom. Really good sense of scale. Really beautiful colors on the walls of the chasm. This is what I wish Marvel Comics would do more of, instead of things like the hideous Squirrel Girl. So right off the bat, Vader's been force choking the hell out of people, so he figures, why not force choke him? This dude's strong enough to push Vader away with his force choke. This is a really great fight. I think it goes without saying, just in my tone, this is a buy. This is a really good Star Wars comic. Go out and buy this. The series has been great so far, but this battle in particular, this is like a push-pull, and you'll see it as it goes on. This is great. This is great comic book writing. This is a great Star Wars story. Go get it. So he basically steps back and just says, "Come get me. You're gonna have to do some traps." He's got a double man bun, which I don't approve of, but he seems kind of like a badass, so I'll let it slide for now. Yeah, basically whenever I see a man bun on anyone, I just want to cut it off. It looks ridiculous. You look stupid. I'm so glad that that's going away, as well as the top knot, like white hipster dudes running around town with top knots. No, thank you. You're not a samurai. You're just not a samurai. Right here, look at the colors on this, and look at, once again, the sense of scale, the colors. This is gorgeous. This is really gorgeous comic book art. You see, it's beautiful. And it's just a hopeless struggle for Darth Vader. He can't stand against that. because that's just like tons and tons of water just washing him away. So he has to wait till it settles and then force pushes it around. And even then, you see he's a little tattered, he's a little messed up, he's probably a little soggy. Once again, great, beautiful color, beautiful artistry. That's the first trial, he gets through it. This is the second one. He's up on a platform and there's birds. You know, me being a child of the 80s, I played Ninja Gaiden, so I sort of have like horrible flashbacks anytime I'm on a platform and I see a bird coming at me. People of my generation know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about Ninja Gaiden, platform, birds. It's just dark, dark flashbacks. So I can sympathize with Darth Vader in this. Even this bird is, look at this bird. I guess he's like a stone bird. Even the bird is beautiful. Look at that. Once again, it's another trial. A flock of these birds come after Vader, and he smashes them. I'm going to skip the next page, that way I don't get a strike. It's basically him standing up there saying, hey, come get me. I'm done with these tests. I'm just going to open the way for you. Come get me. As you see here, Vader is looking the worse for wear. His suit, his armor is coming apart. And even here, you see him coming up the stairs, and his servos and his gears are stripping and breaking from all of this. So he starts slinging some rocks at the Jedi Master, and he easily slices one, but then takes another one to the face. And this is good writing because it's back and forth, you know. It shows that these two are evenly matched. The old master and the new Sith. Enter his dumb robot to give him a weapon. This weapon, I want to say it's a vibroblade, but it's not a vibroblade. It's more like, if you remember General Grievous's guards, it's more like the weapon that they carried. I can't remember the name of it. I wish I had my friend Yoda Princess here to, she would know. She's like the master of Star Wars trivia. She is like she's a living encyclopedia of Star Wars trivia, except for the games. She doesn't care about the games, so don't mention anything about the games around her. Once again, beautiful colorations. The light source, you can tell that the light source is up here because everything just works on his helmet. The contours of it, they reflect in certain places. They don't reflect in other places. Beautiful. Then we get to the battle. Now these blades can hold off a lightsaber, but they're not as good as a lightsaber. So once again, as you see, it has that tip on the end, which if he could cut that tip, then he would just break the sword. But we get to the point where they're fighting, they're pretty evenly matched in this, but Vader's leg gives out on him, it breaks, and he winds up on his knees. And it's really hard to fight somebody when you're on your knees, so he basically just force pushes him off the side into a ravine. The end of Darth Vader, he's dead, the galaxy is saved. No, I'm kidding. We all know he gets through this. So yeah, it was a good fight, and Vader basically got his butt handed to him. I mean, yeah, most of his legs and his limbs were starting to break, but yeah, it still counts as a loss. But I mean, even look at this. Look how dynamic that looks. That's beautiful. Just the color and the scale and just the way they're standing. That looks like a sword fight. This is a buy. I highly recommend this series. This is going to be one of those series that you're going to be glad you bought like 5-10 years from now. This is going to be a really good comic. This is going to be a comic that I'm going to give to my kid someday, because it tells the story of Darth Vader as he's coming up as a Sith. Yeah, good comic. Go out and get it. Go out and support good comics. That's basically the mission statement of my channel. So thanks for watching. My name's Nerdicane. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. come talk to me on the Twitters. You can find me at Nerdicane. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. I may take the weekend off, so I might not have another video until Monday. Until then, you guys go out there, keep reading good comics, keep living that nerd life. I love you. I need you. Talk to you soon.